Wider out Elite Icon as they come over the 5th. All across safely. Back in behind runners then is First One Dana. Our taking the shortest route that Fame and Hope is taking. Back with Our Tannadice Park. A Head Full of Dreams, Old Jury, and Mr. Moonboy as Thurles Dannon crosses the 6th flight with a narrow call along the inside. Fame and Hope as company. 2 lengths away then to Elite Icon as they reach the halfway stage of this Air Race Course Sunday Market Handicap Hurdle event. So Thurles Dannon on the outside of Fame and Hope. Still these two, with back in 3rd Elite Icon. No great changes really. Back in 4th is Espoir Meriviere, and then a 2.5 length break to First One Dana. In behind First One Dana goes A Head Full of Dreams, and then Old Jury, with Richie McClure now on board in the red and white. Park follows these, and then Our and Mr. Moonboy, who's always been in rear, as they gallop out towards the side of the track on this lengthy run now to flight number 7. And still around about 10 to 12 lengths covering the lot of them. Fame and Hope, the mare along the inside of Thurles Dannon. They continue to race on as the 2 disputants, the leading pair, with back in 3rd Espoir Meriviere, but only just as they make the run going down the side of the track. Elite Icon a little wider out. Has always kept company with Espoir Meriviere. Racing next is First One Dana. Quietly ridden back in behind them, A Head Full of Dreams. So coming now to the first flight across in the back straight, and all over safely. Thurles Dannon didn't jump it too quickly, and Fame and Hope rather just crashed into the back of him a little bit there, with on the outside Elite Icon now coming much closer as a result. So Elite Icon coming into the lead over the next hurdle there, all landing safely. So Elite Icon and Callum Bewley making the first move here to Thurles Dannon and to the inside Fame and Hope. Back in behind them Espoir Meriviere, and First One Dana from A Head Full of Dreams. Old Jury tracking that one on the outside of Tannadice Park. Our still against the inside as they come over the last flight going down the back straight. Old Jury was a little slow there, and Mr. Moonboy wants to gain the back mark to touchdown and is now ridden away on the landing side. Racing on towards the end of the far straight. They've got just over 5 furlongs left to travel from this point. 3 to jump, they're all in the home straight, and it's a wave of 3 up ahead. Fame and Hope to the inside of Thurles Dannon, with Elite Icon wider out of them. A length and a half back to a sweetly moving Espoir Meriviere. Then closing in a little bit, First One Dana, obliged to race deep around the bend, A Head Full of Dreams. Then towards the inner Our from Tannadice Park, Old Jury, and Mr. Moonboy. Well, they've gone very slowly throughout the first 3/4 of this race, and this final half a mile for sure looks to be where they're really going to quicken things, and over 3 out they hop, with Fame and Hope landing just ahead to Elite Icon, Espoir Meriviere, Our to the inside. Thurles Dannon dropped away very quickly, trying to get involved in behind the leading few. First One Dana on the left, the brown sleeves and cap of A Head Full of Dreams, still with around about 3 lengths to find, but moving over 2 from home. Then it's quite wide open. Near side Elite Icon, the white-faced Espoir Meriviere. Pushed along now is Fame and Hope. Our up the inside. First One Dana still yet to be played, and likewise A Head Full of Dreams as they now approach the final flight of hurdles. A Head Full of Dreams. This is the point where Skelton says go. It wasn't the greatest of jumps. Battling on to the inside is Espoir Meriviere. Espoir Meriviere is accelerating well here. Now A Head Full of Dreams has got it to do. Back in 3rd is Elite Icon as they head into the closing stages, and A Head Full of Dreams is gathering up ahead of steam towards the near side to get to Espoir Meriviere. Out the line, it's close. All very tight at the line between A Head Full of Dreams, who had the head slightly
heads the whole way. You come out of stall 5. Mason out of Miss Van Gogh. You remember Richard Fahey trained her as well. She was a good race mare. They are loading, so it won't be long till we'll go to Malcolm for this contest. Again, race 7. Race again here next Tuesday, and that's the final meeting of the year. That red car. Oh, they're just going behind. So we are loading. I think we have about 3 favourites in the last 5 minutes. Aquamas just as they go behind and load up now. So he'll go into stall 3. Maker of Light is stall 8. Vivacious Boy stall 5. Very trappy little event.
And so one more going forward. Here's the call.
That's it. They're all in, set to go. They're off. Racing over 6 furlongs once again for Division 2 of the Best Flat Races live on Racing TV Nursery Handicap Stakes. Max O'Clock away well, the white jacket with the black stars on the sleeves. Also away well, the nose-banded Aquamask with maroon cap, and towards the inside, the grey horse Airflow. Something's wrong with Katie's Kitten, who's pulling up at the field. They're heading up through the early stages, then Airflow towards the inside, Aquamask racing prominently with Velo Star blue jacket near side. Vivacious Boy in the black and orange towards the fence. They're followed by Day Job in yellow and red. Bomb Squad cheek pieces out wide. Max O'Clock now towards the back. So to the pale jacket of Maker of Light. Travelling past the halfway point then, Velocitar and Josie Gordon have just about gone on. Bomb Squad in the centre. Aquamask kept going. Airflow down the inside rail. Vivacious Boy trying to look for some room under Tony Hamilton. Behind that, Max O'Clock, Day Job and Maker of Light. Back towards the final furlong they come now. Bomb Squad out wide. Velocitar kept going towards the inside. They're kicking away from Aquamask. Bomb Squad's just about gone on, but Velocitar's battling back with not a lot of room on that inside fence. Bomb Squad to the near side, Velocitar to side. They go inside the final half furlong now. Driven out here, Bomb Squad up front. Bomb Squad will go on to score. Back.
This event has been suspended.
And yeah, Spuema Riviere has shortened up a good bit here. And it may well be reversed. That's what the punters seem to think anyway. 2-5 to get that race. Right, Sagittarius Rising and could be good. 7-2. Porter in the Jungle 11-2. Excusio Joe 7-1 as is Drongbeg Duke, and it's 10s and bigger. The remainder, there's a bit of money for Porter in the Jungle here and could be good. So too Sagittarius Rising isn't without support either. Right, handicap over the 7 here. What's going to happen, Fran?
Yeah, Tom, it's wide open handicap as you'd expect for the grade. I suppose draw-wise, Porter and Jungle's got the best of the draw in stall 1 in comparison to some of her rivals. Drumbag Duke is drawn in stall 12. He was a good winner at Gorham Park last week. He, in first-time cheek pieces, really travelled through the ground in powerful fashion and looks capable of falling off his new mark, but drawn out in stall 12. But his rivals are out there as well. Could Be Good is drawn in stall 14, and there's our favourite, Sagittarius Rising, Colin Keane, in different colours there from what's on the race card. This one got an aggressive ride at Fairyhouse from Colin to win, and win by 3 parts of a length. He was a horse that had decent form going back 18 months ago, had dropped right down in the ratings, but off his new lower mark, he'd done it in good style on tough ground in Fairyhouse last week. A bit of running to do from out there though today, and they need to just step up a bit in what we've seen, I think, to win from out in that position. Could Be Good is out there as well. This one ran very well as well in his last start. Another runner for John McConnell. And Porter and Jungle, Excuse Your Joe, drawn in stall 17 also. Farna Gold at a bigger price, recently won over Thurles, and Will She Pass also now without a chance.
This event is now in play.
Recycling handicap, and not the best of starts by Cosmic Symbol, as the first to show is the grey Sarige, being followed on the inside Will She Pass, close up True Companion and Lottie Loveheart. Sao Paulo's on the inside of Sagittarius Rising, being followed up the back straight by Sydney Blues. And comes Cracking Name, who's being followed by Porter in the Jungle, and Could Be Good next with Drumbeg Duke, and they're followed by Excuse Your Joe. Moose Salsal is next on the inside of Strategic Fortune, pushed along at the back is Varna Gold, and at the rear, racing towards the halfway stage, is Cosmic Symbol. Sarige the Grey leads by about a length and a half, passing the 3 from True Companion. Sao Paulo has improved. Pushed along in 4th is Lottie Loveheart, and then Cracking Name, who's closing in company with Sagittarius Rising as they swing into the straight with 2.5 furlongs to go. And kicking 4 lengths clear is Sarige and Lee Roach, being followed by Sagittarius Rising. Beginning a run on the outside is Excuse Your Joe with Sydney Blues and Cracking Name and Drumbeg Duke, and then comes Could Be Good and Porter in the Jungle. It's Sarige about to be collared by, on the outside, Excuse Your Joe with Sagittarius Rising. Drumbeg Duke, Could Be Good with a last-ditched effort on the outside, but it's Excuse Your Joe and Sam Ewing by about a length to Could Be Good. Drumbeg Duke, Sagittarius Rising and Strategic Fortune.
To 2, only the Brave 11 to 4. Eponina is 4 to 1. 7s to 6 is for Mustaqbal. Rogue Assassin going the wrong way out to 12s, but 5 to 2 at the top of the betting. James Park Woods is pretty solid, and the sun's back out. You've had all season so far today at Leicester.
Yes, indeed. And this is a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? This next race. No doubt James Park Woods is knocking on the door. He looked a well-handicapped horse a few starts ago and very nearly won, didn't he? Only denied by a head at Pontefract. He ran well again at Yarmouth on slow ground last time. This is deeper again, but you fancy he'll run his race. He was rated in the 80s at one stage last season, now running off 69. So he'll be competitive. But I think the cat's kind of out the bag with him now. But he has won on soft ground before, and he's been effective on it so far this season. He should be there or thereabouts. I think Eponina's of real interest. She looks like she's just coming to the boil. She's not actually had much action this season. This is only her 4th run off the campaign, and she's won at the track before. That was a couple of seasons ago on very different ground. Now, she was due to run in this race 12 months ago when it was heavy ground, and she was a non-runner. Now, they're letting her take a chance this time around. Had it been soft, I'd have been quite optimistic that she'd go very, very well and maybe win. I think she's getting ready to win. Just a slight doubt maybe about this heavy ground. But she's won on soft before last season at Nottingham, and I think she's competitively weighted on the strength of that. She'll go forward. Moonlighting can lie handy. Sir Plato usually will be there or thereabouts as well. He should run his race. He's in good nick right now. He's probably better over a mile, but stamina's not going to be a problem. It's an asset here today, and he has won a race already this season over 7 furlongs. Pat Millman on board, looking for his first amateur win of the season. Mustikbal's in pretty good nick. He stays a mile too. He should be pretty competitive with Paige Hopper on board. Some lightly raced horses include Moonlighting and Rogue Assassin. Cheek pieces on for the first time. Rogue Assassin, who's back down in distance. You need them to spark a revival. But Ross Burkitt on board, and he had a winner at Newbury at the weekend on Harmonise. You've got a good, strong jockey in the saddle. And Moonlighting's only had the 6 goes as well. Needs to bounce back. Had been competitive previously. This is a new ball game in terms of the ground for her as well. But it's the same for quite a few. There's been some horses today who you thought might handle it. Buriram was one, Hartswood another, and they have both hated the ground today. It is demanding. Here we go.
Thank you, Alex. Set to go here. Moonlighting just rearing up slightly. Stall 1. Sir Plato completes the loading process in 7. Ready to go. They're off.
This event
jumping
is now
away.
in play.
Bertog was the slowest one out of the gates, and Moonlighting also needs a little bit of persuasion early on. And down the near side, Echo of Lightning, just for the moment, is keeping his own company and showing good speed to be disputing it with Eponina, who heads the main body of the field over on the far side. Only the Brave is running freely enough between the two of them. Sapito struggling badly, already brought under pressure at the end of the first furlong and a half. The main bulk of the field, though, heading down the middle, where Rogue Assassin and Bertog are now prominent, followed by James Park Woods, Moonlighting towards the far side, Only the Brave, and also Mustakbal at the back of that main group. Sir Plato well detached as they come on then towards the halfway stage of the contest. And moving on, the leader is Eponina down the middle of the course. Echo of Lightning giving it a good go down the stand side. Only the Brave is trying to come with a run between the two of them. James Park Wood slightly further back. Over on the far side, Rogue Assassin and also Moonlighting sticking to the task pretty well. Mustakbal next. Looks as though Bertog is now well beaten off. Sir Plato's never been a factor at all, as Moonlighting has come through to dispute the lead here. It's James Park Woods, though, with the challenge.
This event has been suspended.
That's the sole fence down the side, is it, of the track at Wexford, Kevin?
Yes, indeed, Tom. The sun is really blinding here now, and you can understand obviously why that's been dolled off. But fence number 6 has been dolled off, and it's good to see Andy Dufresne back in action as well. He's a horse who made a lot of money after winning his Pint. Then he won his bumper at Downryle. He won a maiden hurdle over 2.5 miles at Navan, and he won a grade 2 at Punchestown last season, his penultimate start, when beating Captain Guinness, who was running a big race when being brought down by Alexia Dane in the Supreme Novices. He was disappointing over fences last week when making his season reappearance. That was at Tipperary last Tuesday afternoon, and of course he was found to be clinically abnormal afterwards. Regular heartbeat, I think it was. But Andy Dufresne went on and finished third, then behind Jason the Militant. And of course Beacon Edge beat Manila Melody on her seasonal reappearance in the grade 3 at Galway yesterday afternoon. He was 4 lengths behind him, but an ideal opportunity for him to off the mark. Tom, back to you for the result of this year's inquiry.
Yes, at Ayr, revised. The placing's revised at Ayr. We thought that much might happen, and so it has proved. So Espoir Merivière gets the race ahead of A Head Full of Dreams, revised at Ayr. Espoir Merivière gets the race for Rose Dobbin and Conor O'Farrell. Back to you, Kev.
Yes, thanks, Tom. Jeremy's Flame is an interesting runner, obviously, in it as well. Runner up in the Talbot Hurdle last season. I really put the kibosh on her the last day. The word around from Gavin Cromwell, Keith Donoghue and the lads at Fairyhouse. She jumped really well at home. She went down to the first over, jumped it and fell. But she's a good filly, this filly. She gets £7 off Andy Dufresne. That looks to be Andy Dufresne's biggest danger. She's lining up on the outside. Jonathan Moore back in action. He rode his first winner back from returning from injury yesterday. Let's get up to James.
This event is now in play.
First to show away from the start. To in second place, Andy Dufresne. And in third place is Epsom de Ho. Jeremy's Flame is also handy. Exit Pole, I like the way you're thinking. And then a break to Automatic. Then Nimby as they make their run towards the first of 10. And Jeremy's Flame now shows in front, but been taken on for the lead by Epsom de Ho. Espion de Chene, as all the beginner chases touch over that. Quick run on to the second, which is the first of the regulations, which they meet twice. Epsom de Ho on the inside, Espion de Chene and Jeremy's Flame. And they're clear by 3 or 4 lengths to Andy Dufresne. Exit Pole, and they've gone on the front 5 by about 6 or 7 lengths to I Like the Way You're Thinking. And then a break to Automatic, who's clear of Our Friend in company with Nimby, Notice to Close and Carrickmore Pike. So Jeremy's Flame has taken up the running and has gone on by 3 or 4 lengths to in second place the keen going Epsom de Ho and Espion de Chene. Andy Dufresne and Exit Pole, they're clear by 6 or 7 lengths to I Like the Way You're Thinking, who's 4 or 5 lengths clear of Automatic. Nimby, Our Friend, Notice to Close and Carrickmore Pike. So Jeremy's Flame straightens up the first of 2 fences before they go by the winning post with a circuit ahead of them. Jeremy's Flame, Epsom de Ho, Andy Dufresne, Espion de Chene and Exit Pole. Jeremy's Flame goes down towards the next in the hands of Jonathan Moore. Jumps out very nicely. Likewise, Andy Dufresne, then Epsom de Ho, Espion de Chene, Exit Pole. I Like the Way You're Thinking, a break to Automatic, Notice to Close the reserve in the hands of Brian Hayes, Carrickmore Pike, Our Friend and Nimby. So they bypass the next. And Jeremy's Flame, who's settled now, has a lead of couple of lengths to the Gigginstown House Stud representative Epsom de Ho. Then in the first colours of J.P. McManus is Andy Dufresne. And then a break of over a length and a half to Exit Pole, Espion de Chene. 5th. And then I Like the Way You're Thinking, and a good break back to Automatic, Notice to Close, Carrickmore Pike, Our Friend and Nimby. So down towards the next fence, which is 5 from home. Jeremy's Flame, Epsom de Ho and Andy Dufresne. Andy Dufresne winged it and lands disputing the lead with Epsom de Ho. Jeremy's Flame now 3rd. Exit Pole 4. 5 is Epsom de Chene. I Like the Way You're Thinking, Automatic, Notice to Close, Carrickmore Pike, Our Friend, and receiving reminders and pushed along after a slow jump is Nimby. So our leaders straighten up down the back. Epsom de Ho this side, the white cap of Andy Dufresne. Jeremy's Flame, the red and white, and then the Mulryan Silks of Exit Pole in 4th, and they've stretched clear of I Like the Way You're Thinking, and then retreating is Epsom de Chene, as Epsom de Ho, slight mistake by Andy Dufresne, and 3rd is Jeremy's Flame, Exit Pole, as the other stream out over it. On down towards the regulation for the second and final time. Epsom de Ho, Andy Dufresne, Jeremy's Flame, Exit Pole, I Like the Way You're Thinking, and a mistake by Espion de Chene. So downhill they go, half a mile left to run, 2 fences left to jump in the Gary Flood Landscaping Beginners Chase. And our big odds-on favourite, Andy Dufresne, eyeballing Epsom de Ho. Exit Pole in 3rd, Jeremy's Flame 4th. They are a long way clear of I Like the Way You're Thinking, Notice to Close and Automatic, as Epsom de Chene continued its retreat. So inside the final quarter mile, and Andy Dufresne has now struck the front, but been tracked all the while on the stand side by Exit Pole. Epsom de Ho has paid the price for running keen early on. Jeremy's Flame is 4th, has straightened up, and Andy Dufresne in the hands of Mark Walsh has gone on, but Exit Pole quickly on its hind quarters, and then 3rd is Epsom de Ho, and they're clear of Jeremy's Flame. Down towards their final fence, Andy Dufresne has slapped down the shoulder and quick distance between him and Exit Pole. Andy Dufresne jumps that nicely. Exit Pole is 2nd, Epsom de Ho is 3rd and is gone. Faller at the last, but Andy Dufresne
This event has been suspended.
Scofflaw to come forward. Courtside goes in. Sacred Belief and Thomas Cranmer, Violette Jarbo still. Thomas Cranmer goes in. Violette Jarbo to go in. Sans Cora still out the back. So do Gayar. Black Star Dancing. Sans Chorus with the blindfold on. Black Star Dancing getting very, very nervous prior to going in. Has just barged into Scofflaw as well. So Black Star Dancing still to load. A lot of Seb as well. Just waiting for Black Star Dancing to go in. Jockeys.
This event is now in play.
And they're often racing. They've gone without a handicap. The lead in the blue colours is with Sans Chorus, who often likes to go forward. Clifftop Heaven is not too far away in second position in the light colours there. They're then followed by Sacred Belief. Right up the inside rail was the purple colours there of Thomas Cranmer. Around the outside, Gayar just being rushed up, followed then by Violette Jarbo in the light blue. Then Stand Free, who's racing there in the dark blue and grey colours. Right up the inside rail is or in the yellow and blue with Holly Doyle aboard, followed then by George Ridsdale towards the rear of the field. False ID is often held up, and Zabiel Star is right at the rear of the field as they make their way down towards the final 6 furlongs and inside them now. Sans Chorus it is by length and a half to Gayar, the orange jacket, in second, then Clifftop Heaven in third, followed by the grey of Sacred Belief, then Thomas Cranmer, the purple colours, followed then by Violette Jarbo. They're then followed by Stand is armed. They're then followed on the outside by Courtside, Scofflaw being driven along. George Ridsdale still got plenty to pass. False ID still towards the rear of the field, as is the orange jacket, the big white face there of Zabiel Star. They begin to make the swing for home now, entering the final half mile. Sans Chorus out in front to Gayar, the cheek pieces in second. Clifftop Heavens up the inside in third. They're then followed in fourth spot by Sacred Belief, then right up the inside rail Thomas Cranmer. Then after that Violette Jarbo is trying to be peeled out for a run. Then Stand Free. False ID's creeping into this off from the deep closer. Inside the final 3 furlongs they go. Sans Chorus now being enveloped on either side by Clifftop Heaven, Sacred Belief, the grey jacket. Thomas Cranmer staying on. Then False ID. The favourites travelling very strongly towards the near side. George Ridsdale needs to find a gap, and it's one is now hopefully forthcoming for his supporters. Down towards the closing stages they come. Sacred Belief out in front. Inside the final half furlong to George rail. Far side Courtside is beginning to stay on as well, but it's George Ridsdale now unleashed in the final half furlong.
This event has been suspended.